Hello again, Andy with Handy Andy Handyman and Handy Andy On Demand, our small repair group. We are out today looking at a house in the Gainesville area that is under contract, and the buyers have called us out to take a look at some inspection repairs. Buyers and sellers always get upset and alarmed when they get these inspection reports because it makes it seem like there's so much wrong with the house, and that's not the case. This is a pretty well-built house. The stuff that's in this report is basic stuff that happens all the time. When these decks are built by the builders use the cheapest labor on anything for most of these houses. So instead of screws, they use nails. They take shortcuts. The inspectors don't catch it. And they're just usually safety issues. That's really what it comes down to. So you can see where some of these risers, and it's not part of the job, but you can see where the risers are pulled away because they're nailed. So here at the steps, right here, there really isn't a mechanical connection that we can make here to make this come to code. So what has to happen is we build a brace and post assembly right here underneath the steps, and then we'll have a separate 4x4 post set in concrete on either side. You can see what brought the inspector's attention where those nails are there. Nails are temporary and they'll pull apart over time. The good thing about this deck is it's older now, so the wood is older growth wood, so you wouldn't want to replace it. Around this side of the deck is the same issue. On the upper stairs here, there's no support, and you can see the gap in where the stairs are slowly pulling apart. And so we'll do the same thing. We'll park another post next to this one right here, and we'll create a brace across there and drop another post right here in front of this one. And that'll carry the load. It'll need to season for 3 or 4 months, and then it can be stained to match the rest of the deck. On this side of the smaller deck, even though it's a code violation, I might not bother with it. We need to raise this railing up 4 inches to get it to meet code. We're going to be right at the top of the rail right there. This section isn't so hard to raise, or this one. This one we're going to have to replace that post to raise it up. And the buyer can determine whether he actually wants to do that or not. Something that comes up on these houses all the time is blown window seals. And so it's not going to show up in the video, but when you look at in this, it isn't this window, but these are thermopane windows. And usually on the front of the houses, or whatever side of the house gets the most sun, these insides will fog when the seal is blown in them. And people are told they've got to replace the whole window, and they don't. We have a factory where we can usually make that window unit in 24 hours and replace it. So on jobs like this one, when the guys come out to start doing their work, and fortunately we're blessed with a crew of like 30 guys. So it's really hard for me and my brother to run all over the place. But on jobs like this one, we'll go ahead and start the repairs, and then one of us will come out and snatch that window and hopefully get it back in place that day. There's other things that popped up on the inspection. They can talk to us about that. We're only out here to give pricing for the items that they've agreed on. And like I said, most times when you get these reports, people get all upset. The buyers think it's going to cost a fortune. The sellers think it's going to be, nickel dime stuff, and usually in the middle. And that's why people call us to get real numbers. Right here, whenever you see this kind of wrinkling, see this board right here at the bottom of this pediment over the window? It's a 5/4 board. It's just the problem with almost all contractors in Atlanta is they only paint what you see. And so you can see the gap behind here. Over the years, the water's just leaked in behind it, and the rest of that wood is unpainted. So we'll replace it with back primed and sealed 5/4 board. It'll never rot again. Pretty simple fix, but whenever you see that kind of rot, the wrinkle alone lets you know you can put your hand right through it. My brother and I have been doing this stuff for 27 years in Metro Atlanta. It's hard to believe we've been out here that long. So thank you, Atlanta, for all that. We pretty much do everything except for air conditioning, which we have some great vendors to refer you to, and swimming pools. But anything else, if you can be patient with us, from electrical to plumbing, roof repairs, window sashes, and I think it's this upper window sash right here. So the sash is what holds the window in. We're actually going to be replacing the thermoplane glass unit itself. And we do that standard. I mean, we're probably doing that 4 or 5 times a week now. You can reach us at 770-912-2829. Sometimes you can get to me directly at 770-265-9017. I'm Andy. See you at the next house. Bye for now.